Okay, welcome back to the second part of this video. So in here we are going to look at the different parts of the Unity interface. This would be the default view, okay, that you can look at. For example, in here you can able to change the layout as I shown before to anything that you want. Okay, so 2x3. It does not change anything, it just arranges the different window in a different places according to whatever. For example, my favorite is rain, which is I have actually saved it in my name because this is how I want to work. Okay, so in this window, all right, so I will keep working on in the interface, and this is the game screen. Okay, and here is a project window. If there is any error, I can able to check in the console here, and these are the list of items I have in my scene, and this is the inspector window which I will be visiting every now and then. Okay, and I really love this interface. But let me go back to the default, which you must be looking at your screen. So in here, how to move things around is very easy. One condition, one request I usually do is there are two important windows, which is there is a scene window and there is a game window. So you need to understand what is this and what is this. First of all, game is actually of two conditions. Okay, game is actually made of, when you are making a game, there are two stages. Okay, stage number one is design and stage number two is run. For example, so when you are actually developing a game called development, you need to keep going between the design and the run very often, because for example, there is one guy who actually runs. If you have programmed this person to run this way, it's in the development phase. How can you design if the program makes this character always run in your screen? It's impossible to look at the character or select the character or click the character when it is moving. So there are two things that is given to you. One is designing. Once you design, you can test using the run mode, meaning that's where this button comes in, play button. So this play button, can you see now? You can't see anything, there is a blue screen, but one thing you should notice is when the game is playing, this window is hidden and this window is active, and there is one blue screen. So what is mean is your game is actually playing now, which means you can't do anything. By the way, your window will not look like this red color here. In your computer, it will not be red here. I will explain that later, not in the first class, so don't worry about it. Okay, now my suggestion is always keep the scene view and the game view side by side. So for that, click this and drag it. See, if you drag it, it will become a floating window, which means it is not designed to anywhere. If you want to keep anywhere, just select here. Okay, click here and drag and keep it wherever you want. See, like this, like this, like this, like that, like this, like that. It's totally up to you guys. Okay, my style is I usually keep it here somewhere, yeah, like this. So now as you can see, I can see both my design and my game view. So when I click the play button, this window is not hiding. See, I can see both this window and this window at the same time. Okay, so that's what I want. And the rest you can able to arrange in any way you want. For example, there is a console window This is where the Unity speaks to you. If Unity wants to say anything to you, it will speak here. Okay, so consider this place as Unity's mouth. This is where it speaks to you. Then hierarchy is what the things that you have in your scene. Like for example, I have only a camera, so the main camera. See what happens when I select an object. The options for the selected objects is shown here in the inspector window. Okay, so on this inspector window, options changes according to the currently selected object. Now I have selected the camera, and that's why it's showing you the camera options. Okay, if I would have selected something else, the options belong to that object will be shown there. And the project window, this window is really important. This is where you have all the things that you need for your game development. Okay, for example, see, I will create a folder. Just try. Okay, I'll create a folder, try. Now what happens is, this window is very important because this window is not just inside Unity. This window is shown from your actual project location from Windows itself. In other words, this location, these files are in your hard drive, not inside your Unity project. Please remember, it's in your hard drive, it's in your computer. So if you change anything here, that will be changed forever. For example, I'll show you. Select this option, show in Explorer. Okay, right click, select show in Explorer. Can you see? This is where your whole Unity project is located. If you delete anything, you will have serious problem. You will have a lot of problems while exporting the game. Okay, now imagine I go to see the same thing. Assets, inside assets you have seen and try. Same thing here, assets, inside assets you will have seen and try. Let's check that. Assets, can you see? Scenes, my new folder, try. Now what happens if I delete try here? Delete. Can you see it asks, you cannot undo this action, meaning there is no going back. If you delete, it's done, it's gone. So I delete. If I go back to the folder, can you see that folder is gone? Now try this. If I create a folder here, okay, I come back to Unity, see what happens. The moment I clicked on Unity interface, this one is here. So what you are understanding now, whatever you do here will be completely gone from your hard drive in your computer. So do not do anything if you don't, meaning, see, the thing is, be careful. Nothing else, just be careful what you are doing. So please do not think that nothing will happen if you delete things or move things here. If you do anything here, that will change on your hard drive. Okay, so I'm going to delete hello here, so it will be gone here as well. Okay, so now what is so now you know about the project window. Console window I will explain you later. Okay, so you know about scene view, game view. If you don't understand about scene view and game view, don't worry, I will show you. Inspector, you know about it. Selected objects will be here. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to bring in assets. Okay, in 2DGame, okay, in 2DGame development, we have a word called sprites. S-P-R-I-T-E-S, sprites. They are actually mean the word sprites actually means small images, nothing much. Okay, so don't confuse with the word sprites. Sprites are means just small images. Okay, why I told you this word is because in the world of 2D game development, people will mention small images as sprites. Okay, what are generally sprites? Sprites are, for example, if a ball is, okay, if there is a 4, if a ball is bouncing, okay, if a ball is bouncing, this animation can be in the form of images. So we will have images like this, sprites. Sprite number 1, sprite number 2, sprite number 3, sprite number 4. In sprite number 1, your ball is here. Sprite number 2, your ball is here. Sprite number 3, your ball is actually touching the ground. Okay, sprite number 4, your ball is going up. Okay. So what happens if you play frame number 1, 2, 3, 4, then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, your ball looks like it's bouncing, correct? That's what we called sprite animation. Sprite animation. This is how you can able to create animation inside a game. Okay, if a character is running, it will be like this. Oops. Oh my god. Okay, it's hilarious. So like this, maybe this character is jumping. Sorry, it doesn't look like running, it's more like a jumping. So this animation is sprite number 1, sprite number 2. Okay, you just play again and again, then you look like the character is jumping. Okay, so hope you guys understand the sprites. So what we are going to do now in our project is we are going to bring new things, meaning new sprites inside our game engine. So how to do that? Let's go ahead. Okay, for our window, sorry, I need to introduce you one thing, assert store. Okay, assert store. If you select assert store, well, basically if you can't see assert store or you closed it like me, you can always get it back. If you closed any window, for example console, close tab, if you closed any window, you can get it from window. Okay, like here, general, can you see? You have scene view, game view, hierarchy. I closed project, right? So I will bring in that. See, it's back. I'll keep it where it was. Now I'm going to go for, okay, assert store here. The shortcut key is Control 9, assert store, it's there. Or if I can want it to see it bigger like this, I can actually make it, the window is like this. This is generally, the assert store is nothing but a browser. But you need to understand one thing is, the Unity assert store has thousands and thousands of free stuff that you can download and use it. That's another thing why Unity is very famous. Unreal is also having an assert store, but it's very expensive. But Unity assert store is free. Most of the things are free, and the price is also very less sometimes. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, you can have several categories. You have 2D, 3D, audio, tools, VFX. You have a lot of things that you can go for. What I'm going to do now is, see, you already have 6,360 free assets that you can download without spending single RMB. Okay, So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to look for something called sprite pack, 2D sprite pack. Okay, this one. Okay, so I already searched for it, and that's why it's having. So or else if you want to search for anything, okay, you can go for 2D sprite pack, enter. Okay, it's already, it shows all the things, but what we are looking at is here. See, in your system it might not be like this because it says purchased. I did not spend money, it's free. Okay, see, it's free, but I already downloaded it sometime before, and that's why it's showing this. But these involves money, these are not free, but these things are free. Okay, so you need to select this. Okay, wait until it loads. Wait for it. My internet is not so fast, I believe. Contacting asset store. So I'm gonna pause my video until it finishes. Okay, so now it's loaded, meaning it's still loading. Okay, now it's loading. It says 2D sprite pack, and the developer is Unity Technologies themselves. See, I have downloaded somewhere before, and that's why it's showing. But again, I can download it. Okay, before you download, if you want to see what are the things are inside, you can select like this. These are the things that will be available when you download. Okay, file size. Okay, one thing is version, supported Unity versions 5.4 or higher. Of course, Unity 5 like is 6 years before. Okay, now we have 2019 version, so definitely this will work. So I'll click download, wait for it. It says downloading 0%. Now it's downloaded. Now you can import this. When you select import, it will be imported into this project. I mean, not here, into the project window. Okay, so import. So it's reading the, this is very important. Now it shows you the structure. Okay, it shows you the structure of what are the things that are going to be imported. If you see, there is one huge folder called sprites. Inside that folder you have this much PNG images. In other words, we call it sprite. See, they call it sprite. Okay, because you already know what's called a sprite. Now if you go down, if you want all of it, you can select all. If you want very few things, click none and select only the things that you want. See, it gives you what are the things that you are selecting. Okay, like this. Or select none. I want all of it. Select all, click import, wait for it. That's it. Then you close it. Here, see, there is a new folder here called sprites. Wow, I got everything downloaded right in my system. That's it. Super cool, right? Now we can have fun with this. It's more like, you know, then how to use this. First of all, this is a project window. Okay, if you want to use, for example, you know this is in your system. If you don't believe me, right click, show in Explorer, sprites. See, this is in your hard drive. If you delete something here, that will go off, that will not be available. Okay, that's gone forever. So let's not do anything. But if you want to take things from the project window and use it in your currently open scene, you need to drag this. There are several ways. You can drag, for example, I want this ball. I can drag it here and that comes at the center. Can you see in the game view? You can see. Then press W. Okay, movement. Okay, this move key, shortcut key is W. Rotate key, shortcut key is E. Scaling tool, shortcut key is R. Okay, so this will move things. E will rotate things. R will scale things. You got it? Now W movement, E rotate, R scale. Okay, whatever, delete. Now if you noticed one thing, if I drag this and drop here, that comes at the center. But if you want the ball here already, it's a two-step process, which is if you drag it here, then you need to press W and move this guy here. You can do this, or if you very much know that you want it here, instead of putting here, put straight away wherever you want. See? So dragging here will come to the center. If you want something to be center, okay, can you see selected object? If you see here, everything is the center, 0, 0, 0, perfect. But if you see here, it's in a different location, X and Y. So it's totally up to you. Okay, if you want an object to be somewhere, you don't waste time by dragging it here and put it somewhere wherever you want. But if you want an object to be exactly at the center, drag it there. That comes to the center. Hope you understand the difference between dragging it here and dragging it here. Okay, now how to delete is simple. Select everything. If you want, delete. Now in this exercise, and one thing you want to know is, this is your camera limit. If you have an object here, you cannot see it because your game screen here, this area, oops, this area is exactly this area. I'll prove it to you. Okay, if you move it here, see, it's gone. All right, and tell you one thing, your player, when you export the game, whatever is seen inside this camera can be only seen by your player. When you give a game to your friend or you actually sell your game, whatever that comes inside this area will be seen. If anything is outside, you cannot see it. So that's a waste of this thing. Okay. So what I want you to do in the first day is, I want you to create, see, you have a grass. You create a grass that goes to the center. See, I don't like it, so I'm going to keep it somewhere here. So I have a beautiful ground. Okay, so I'm actually create some levels, like for example like this. Okay, maybe I have a sky. Oh, but there is a problem. The sky supposed to be at the back. Am I correct? Where the sky should be? At the back. So you guys must understand this. If you know Photoshop, you know what I mean. There are several layers. You are looking at from here. So what happened now is, these things, yeah, I have it here. Okay, I have my grass here, but I have my sky here, which is a huge image. What happens when I see it? My grass is behind the sky, so I can't see it. So what I need to do is, I need to bring the grass in front of the sky so I can see it. Okay, so how to do that? Changing here will not help. See, changing here will never help. There is something called sorting layers. Okay, what is called a sorting layer? You select one object, any sprite if you want, you can select, Okay, once you select it, look at the inspector window. Here it says something called sorting layer. Here, oops, this one, hang on a second, sorting layer that says default. Okay, if you select default, there is nothing layer. So what I want you to do is, I want you to create 3 layers. Okay, which is 3 layers. What are 3 layers? I want you to create, okay, 1 layer for background, 1 layer for middle ground, 1 layer for foreground. Okay, this is at the back, this is at the center, this is at the near. You are looking at from here. So you need to put things either in the background, middle ground and foreground. Okay, let's create that. Go to the grass. Okay, go to the sorting layer, add sorting layer. Here it says default, you cannot delete it, but you can add more things. Press the plus button, select the new layer name and you say background or any name you want to give. Okay, then select the other one, you say middle ground. Select the other one and you say foreground. Foreground is near to us. Now I am going to assign this. Select the grass, sorting layer is default. I'm going to be, that's near to us, correct? So I'm going to say foreground. Okay, go to the sky, you say it's a background. Okay, and you go to the plank, all the plank, select all of them, shift and click all of it and go for middle ground. They are in the middle, see, no problem. And if you, I think the sky is too big, select, press R, scale, but do not go, you see here this space is, the blue color is a camera background, this looks ugly. So let's just make it a bit more, yeah, cool. Okay, all right, now we have everything. Now you can create a ball. I want the ball, see the ball, I can't see it. Can you see? Because it's going to be a problem. It's okay, I'm going to put the ball here, you can't see it, but make sure the ball is selected, assign it to the middle ground, so now I can see it. Okay, maybe I will make this object, I'm going to select the object and I'm going to rotate them a little bit. W, or maybe here. Okay, so probably what I'm trying to do is, I have created a stage, a level. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, my plan, that's going to be the next class. Okay, because today would be too much. In the next class, what I'm going to tell you is how to make this ball to naturally fall and roll here and fall using gravity. Okay, so in the next class we will start adding life. That's what I meant before, adding life. Now these are just pictures. When you play the game, see, when you play the game, nothing is happening. Now the game is playing, nothing is happening because they don't have life. If you add gravity, then you will have amazing things. You will start seeing things moving. We will do the physics tomorrow, okay, and we will take it from there. All right, so hope you guys understand my teaching, because I never taught you before. If you have any problems, if you want me to change anything in the way I speak to you or the way I teach to you, please let me know. Tell your monitors your problems and your monitor can tell me. In the next class, I will give you a feedback form where you can say things about me, and I promise you I will change according to whatever you say. For example, sir, you don't speak clearly, you are too fast, or you are not showing us enough things, your recording is bad, your English is bad, anything, okay, any problem you have. And also you can say good things also. Of course, I love my students when they love me. What's in it? Okay, so whatever your problem or whatever you feel like my class is, you can tell me in the next class, okay, and I promise I will change myself in the future classes, so we will both have happy days. All right, okay guys, so I want all of you guys to practice until this, okay, before you leave the class today, okay, and class monitors, please take attendances and keep it safe with you, okay, and I will tell you where to put the attendances, okay. All right then, so amazing first class. So I can't wait to teach you guys more things with Unity, okay. I will see you guys in the next video very soon, okay. Until then, take care, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye bye, 谢谢。